So one of the really unique parts of what we're achieving here at Abingworth is we do all the bottling ourselves in-house. It's something Chris was always really keen to do. To be able to do that bottling in-house by yourself is so important to have that control, because it's one of the stages of winemaking where you work so hard to get to that end stage. And if you screw it up, you can ruin the wine through oxidation or through bacterial growth. And so it's so important that you're in 100% control of that situation. So the beginning stage of the bottling process actually happened over a month ago, where we moved the blend from the egg and we moved it to one of the stainless. We left it in stainless steel just to allow the lees to drop out. We cooled it down, we racked it from the stainless steel to another vat. We tested it and make sure that the wine is okay for human consumption. And then we prepared the bottling line. And so we go through a stage of making sure everything's completely sanitized. This is something else which is quite unique about us, is we didn't want to do a sterile filter, which just removes any yeast cells, any small cells, and it also removes flavor and color to the wine. So we did what's a 4 or 5 micron filter. And so you're only reducing larger particles. So you're preserving that color, that aroma, which is really, really important to preserve as much as possible in that wine. First stage of the bottling line are having the bottles physically themselves, which Georgie spent a long time choosing. So it's something you don't see behind the scenes. So, you know, from the bottle shape, the glass, the color of glass. So you put the bottle into a rinser, you need to make sure the bottles are sterile. Then we want to add a little bit of nitrogen into the bottle. So we inject nitrogen into the bottle so you don't get any oxygen or oxidizing of the wine. It's just another layer of protection. Then you've got the wine in vat. So we raise the tank. And so then you're not having to pump the wine as hard. So you're also not damaging it in any way or form, still protecting the aroma and the flavor and not oxidizing the wine. And then it goes from there into the filler unit, where we've got 4 fillers and we're doing 4 bottles at a time. And then once it's gone through that unit, the filler unit, we've checked everything, then we put the closure on. So we have 2 different styles of closure we use here at Abingworth. We have the more traditional cork, it's a Diam 10 cork. So it's a very high quality cork, which means you can leave the wines to age for longer in the bottle. So with our Rosé, Sauvignon Blanc, some of our Chardonnay, our Pinot Gris, we use a screw cap with the branding on, so that goes through a screw capper. So also then we have to do another test where we check the screw caps on properly, and then it goes from the screw capper into a stillage, where the wine effectively, once it's in the stillage, it's going back to sleep. So we've shaken it up. It's gone through this stressful bottling process, and now we put it back into stillage, and it will sit there in the cellar for up to 3 months, when we'll then label the wine and then sell it. And before the bottling and post-bottling, we have to make sure everything's fully cleaned. Once that wine has gone from being in the cellar for sometimes a year or 2 years, and then it's physically gone into bottling, it's like a child leaving home. You've become very emotionally attached to that wine, but now it's ready to go out into the world. You put all that time and effort from the growing in the vineyard with the vineyard team to the winemaking in the winery, and you've gone through these real emotions, ups and downs. And so for people then to try the wines is hugely nerve-wracking, but hugely exciting too. I think the whole team should be really happy with what they've achieved to get to that level in such a small period of time too.